The first hour of your morning decides your entire day, and the first 3 of these 7 mistakes, you are probably making them before breakfast. Meet Margaret. She's 67, and today we're walking through her morning together. 7 little habits that quietly steal your energy. Here's a normal morning for Margaret. She jumps at the alarm, pours coffee on an empty stomach, turns the news up loud, skips breakfast till later, and settles into her armchair until lunch. By evening, she sighs. Well, I guess it's my age. Today we find out if it's really the age. Spoiler, it isn't. Let's agree on something right away. No lectures here, and none of that "what do you expect at your age" nonsense. After 60, life is just getting started. It's only the mornings that run on autopilot, and autopilot, as we know, drives straight to the couch. So count along. How many of these 7 habits are yours? Mistake number 1. Shooting out of bed like the alarm is a fire drill. It rings, and Margaret jumps up the way she did 40 years ago when the factory whistle blew. 1 second, and she's on her feet. The room spins, little stars everywhere, and the day hasn't even started yet. Sound familiar? Think of your body after sleep as an old elevator. It runs fine, it just needs time to get going. Jumping up is like yanking that elevator by the cable. The energy you stored all night gets burned on one sharp pull, and that's where the wiped out feeling before noon comes from. The fix is the 3-minute rule. A minute lying there stretching like the cat. A minute sitting on the edge of the bed in no rush at all. A minute to stand up slowly and open the curtains. Same 3 minutes, but it feels like you slept an extra hour. The next habit is sneakier though. People actually brag about it. Mistake number 2. Coffee on an empty stomach. Margaret heads straight for the kitchen, pours the biggest mug she owns, good and strong. I'm not human until I've had my coffee. Heard that before? Millions of people say it every morning and rob themselves of half a day's energy doing it. Coffee on an empty stomach is borrowed energy. Like a payday loan, feels great now, but you pay it back with interest. A couple hours later, your energy dips, your mood dips with it, and your hand reaches for a second cup all by itself. The circle closes. The energy's gone. The fix: a glass of water first, then at least a little food, and then your coffee. It's not going anywhere, I promise. Same mug, but now the energy is your own, not borrowed. And most mornings, a second mug never comes up. Now, the third mistake is the loudest of them all, and it lives in your TV. Mistake number 3. The news first thing in the morning. The kettle hasn't even boiled, and the TV is already blaring. Prices up here, disaster there, trouble everywhere. Margaret hasn't poured her first cup yet, and she's already worried about the entire world. That's a lot to ask of a heart. Morning news is other people's problems, taken on credit. You can't solve them, but you'll be paying for them with your peace of mind all day long. The energy doesn't go into your life, it goes into worrying. And notice, the world spins along just fine without our morning supervision. The fix: the first hour of the morning belongs to you. Music on the radio, a chat with the cat, a quiet cup of tea, whatever your soul asks for. The news can wait until after lunch. Trust me, it won't run away. Same information, but the morning stays whole. Next up, a habit that disguises itself as watching your waistline. Mistake number 4. I'm just not hungry in the morning. Margaret waves it off. Tea will do me fine. Sound familiar? Then 11 o'clock rolls around. Her head feels heavy. Her energy's gone, and suddenly she wants to eat everything in the refrigerator, especially the sweet stuff she's supposed to be avoiding. Simple arithmetic. A car with an empty tank doesn't go, yet we expect heroics from ourselves on an empty stomach. In the morning, your body doesn't need a feat. It needs plain fuel. Don't give it any, and it flips into economy mode. Sluggish, yawning. I'm just not myself today. The fix is a breakfast from the can't get simpler file. Oatmeal, an egg, some yogurt, toast with cheese, whatever you actually like. This isn't a diet, and it isn't a prescription. It's just food. 10 minutes in the morning, and until lunch, you're a person instead of a shadow of a person. Now, the 5th mistake almost nobody notices. Check yourself. Mistake number 5. An entire morning without a single sip of plain water. There was tea, there was coffee, but water? Zero. I'm just not thirsty, Margaret shrugs. Meanwhile, they say we lose moisture all night long, even just by breathing. Picture a flower you forgot to water. By evening, the leaves are drooping. We work much the same way. A good share of that morning sluggishness is, put plainly, ordinary thirst wearing a tiredness costume. The kettle got its water, the cat got hers, and you forgot all about yourself. A penny-sized fix. Put a glass of water on the nightstand before bed. You wake up, you stretch, you drink. That's it. The habit runs itself. A single glass, and by 10 in the morning, the difference feels like somebody swapped in fresh batteries. Roughly speaking, but you'll notice. The next trap is soft, comfortable, and standing right there in your room. Mistake number 6, the whole morning in the armchair. Breakfast is finished, and it's straight to the TV, the crossword, the phone, checking what everybody posted on Facebook. Margaret's armchair is comfortable the way a swamp is comfortable. Easy to sink into, impossible to climb out of. She looks up, it's noon, and the morning has gone missing. All of it. Here's the trick. Energy isn't spent by moving, it's made by moving. Like those old hand pumps out in the yard. Until you work the handle, no water comes. Sit still all morning, and the body quietly decides that since the boss isn't moving, no energy will be needed today. The fix. Every half hour, one small task. Water the plants, dust a shelf, walk down to the mailbox and back. Not a TV workout, just ordinary life kept in motion. By lunchtime, your back will say thank you, and your mood will say it louder. One habit left, the favorite one. You'll recognize it from the first word. Mistake number 7, the best loved of them all, postponing the walk. I'll go after lunch. After lunch? Well, tonight. Tonight, tomorrow, for sure. Know that song? That's how Margaret lost an entire May. The weather was gorgeous, strictly on the other side of the window. Meanwhile, her neighbor Dorothy is out every single morning. Dorothy has Biscuit, and Biscuit is a dog who takes no excuses. And look at that. Same years, same worries, but energy enough for 2. Morning light and fresh air cost nothing. They're free, and they work better than any pep talk. The fix. 15 minutes in the morning, not for sport, for pleasure. To the bakery and back. A loop around the block. Down to the bench by the front door. A dog is not required, though between us, it's a marvelous excuse. A morning outside makes the whole day kinder. So that's what Margaret does now. Every morning, the bakery. Fresh bread. A few words with the girl at the counter. All the neighborhood news. Better than anything on TV. And walking home, she's a different woman. Back straighter, step firmer, a sly little spark in her eye. That took a week. Let's put it all together. Get up slowly, the 3-minute rule. A glass of water, a simple breakfast with coffee after it, not instead of it. News later in the day, a little movement every half hour, and a short walk in the morning. 7 small things, and they change the entire day. A week later, you'd hardly know Margaret. Morning stopped being a battle and became her favorite part of the day. There's energy left for the grandkids, for the tomato seedlings, for her evening show, watched with a clear conscience now. The cat approves too. The lady of the house is humming in the kitchen again. And remember the main thing, after 60, life doesn't wind down. It finally belongs to you. That first hour of the morning is your personal capital, and nobody gets to steal it. Not the alarm clock, not the television, not the old armchair. Spend it on yourself. And of course, one important disclaimer. Everything you've heard today is everyday observation, not medical advice. We talked about habits and daily routines, not about treatment. With any question about how you're feeling, please talk to your doctor. Take good care of yourself and of the people you love. So, which of the 7 habits is yours? Confess in the comments. You're among friends here. Send this video to a friend or a neighbor. Maybe her mornings get kinder too. And subscribe. Up next, the evening habits that quietly steal your good night's sleep.